Good evening, my Yarney friends. I'm hoping everybody is doing well. My name is Jamie and I'm with Redbird Stitches, and this is predominantly a crochet, knit, some thrifting ideas, as well as life updates, pet updates, family updates. I love to travel. So those are the kind of things that I usually chat about here. And I wanted to say thank you for stopping by if you're new here and spending some time with me on the YouTube streets. And if you're a subscriber, thanks again for stopping by and spending some time with me as well again. If you could do me a favor, if you like this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that helps me with the algorithms, as well as gaining new subscribers. So if you as well are up to subscribing, please do that too. So today, I hope everybody had, first of all, I hope everybody had a nice holiday weekend. If you live in the US anyway, last weekend was Memorial Day. So a lot of people have a nice 3-day weekend, so which makes it nice. And tomorrow is our school district's last day of school, so the kiddos are going to be out of school, which means traffic will be a lot less. So, but I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I've been working on. Let's see, I'm going to start with, I finished some finished objects. I worked on my little Henny Penny. I call her Henny Penny. She's a little chicken. And this time I put some weighted object in the bottom so that, you know, she won't fall over when I'm doing my, I'm going to be doing a market in October, right before our trip. So I've been making a couple things for that. So I wanted to show you Henny Penny. And she's the Oak and Marlow pattern that you can see on YouTube. And I'm working on a big a big white chicken, and so I have the bottom started. It's quite large. I could actually put it on my head. Anyway, it's done with the magic circle, and this is all single stitch crochet, and then you do the increase and go round and round and round. So, and then to get it to go up, to curl up, you go in the back loop only of your single crochet, and that's how you get that nice turned up corner edge. So I'm making a giant white chicken for the show. I think she's going to be, she comes out the way I want her to. I think she's going to be like the star of the show on my table. So anyway, so I started working on her. I'm using the Premier yarn. It's the chenille stash goals. It's 500 grams and 1.1 pound mega value pack. Both of the rust and the white is from them, and it's 100% polyester. So I've been using those, and I like that this is like I think like a 5, it's probably like a 5 weight. It's not gigantic and it's not super small. You know, obviously the larger the strand of yarn, the faster it will grow. But also I've noticed when I use the heavy blanket yarn, when I'm doing a lot of projects, and it'll, you know, start irritating my hands and my shoulders. So I don't do a lot of the bigger chunky yarn just because of that reason. I say that, but then I've also been working on some stash busting projects. So I'll show you those in just a second. And then my mom had requested, she came over the weekend and spent some time with us, and we did some grilling. My husband made some delicious barbecue ribs. We had ribs, greens, collard greens, and I made a corn salad that was delicious. It's so good. It's on Pinterest. It's so I boiled fresh corn and cut it off the cobs, and we used a buttermilk ranch dressing with some onion powder, chopped up green or red pepper, whichever you prefer. I put some red pepper in it, and scallions, the green onions, and cheddar cheese. What was the last thing I did? Oh, jalapenos. So it was really good. It's very easy. It's called corn salad. It was delicious. We enjoyed it. So I made that to go with it. And then for dessert, at Trader Joe's, which is a store here in the US, it's a grocery store. It's kind of like got little specialty things. They have a delicious strawberry rhubarb pie, and they're about that big around, maybe like 4 or 5 inches around. And it's like a pocket, top and bottom round. And excuse me, in the center is strawberry and rhubarb, and it was so good. So you just pop those in I pop those in the oven, get them nice and hot. And of course, serve it with vanilla ice cream. So yes, we were happy little piggies. It was really good. So anyway, Evelyn was over, and she requested she needed some more washcloths. So I made that one to use up some of my yarn, my cotton. And if you don't know, cotton is the best to do for washcloths and to make heating, like to get the, not oven mitts, what are they? Hot pads. You always want to use cotton for that. You don't want to use acrylic, because the heat from the oven will melt the acrylic, because acrylic is, essentially plastic. So you have to be real careful with that. So just as an FYI, and of course cotton is absorbent. So whenever I make coasters, washcloths, things like that, you want to use cotton so it'll absorb the condensation from your glasses. Acrylic is pretty, but it doesn't absorb. So anyway, just a little FYI on that one. And so I did some stash busting, and I told you guys about this yarn, this green one. This was from my friend Kenny Jo. So this was supposed to be originally a basket, okay? Well, I had enough yarn to make a very large basket. But as I was making it, my cats adopted it. So it became a cat bed for Blaze and Vladimir, which they love it. Funny thing is, see, that's about, I'd say about 24 to 28 inches round, okay? My big 10-pound cats love it, right? Well, my 26-pound Cocker Spaniel Baxter, he would wedge himself in it and half be falling out of it because he loved it too. So I got the big idea to make one for Baxie. So I'm gonna back up a little bit for this one. So this is the other one I made. And so I used, counted, I think it's five strands. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strands of number 4 weight yarn. And so you do it in the round, same concept, magic circle in the center, and then I always start with like 8 stitches, and then the second round is 2 single crochets in each stitch, and then you go up 1. So then you would do 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then the next row would be 2 single crochets and then a double, 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So you're always adding more stitches, and so that's how you get the big round. So this is Baxter's. I love the colors. I had a huge, I think it was Red Heart Super Saver. I bought it when I was first starting to crochet, and I needed some primary colors. So I had it's like a magenta color, see right there, and that was a decent size. But the navy blue was like it was a big Pound of Love. It was like those big Pound of Love giant ones. So I was like, I've got to use this. I've had this for that ball of yarn or that skein of yarn for 7 years and I haven't used it yet. So I'm like, I need it out of my stash so that I have room. So, and then I had some random gray that I picked up at a thrift store. I had a real pretty aqua color, so I had added that in. And once I ran out of the aqua color, I had from the dollar store a Premier dollar small little skein, so I used that. And then I also put white in there so it could pop the color. So yeah, so Baxi loves his bed and he fits in it. And it's actually just a little big, so that's nice. He can stretch out. Now, for some of you that haven't seen this, I save my scraps and I put them in this jar and I use this stuff to stuff my Henny Penny chickens. So once the jar fills up, I'll use it, and then I'll use fiber fill as well. And so yeah, that's what I do with it. So no waste, okay? Anyway, I like it. I like all the colors. I think it's pretty. See? So anyway, that's a good way to use up your tiny little scraps as well. Now, I'm reaching over here. Sorry, guys. Our neighbor, like our our county, twice a year does a county-wide garage sale, which means that in our county, you could, if you're going to do a garage sale on other days than the 2 annual ones, you have to purchase a permit. That's how the city makes money. Anyway, our community had their second garage sale. They're in November and in May. And so I got this bag of, somebody was making an Afghan, baby colors. It's pretty yellow and it's very soft. It's acrylic number 4 yarn. So it's probably, you know, a regular size skein. It's a very pretty baby yellow, gorgeous color. So they had baby yellow, baby pink, and then they did some, so this was the, I guess the blanket they were making or trying to make. So I'm gonna take this apart and save the scrap. There isn't any balls of this green, but I like this green like to make booties and things like that, or baby headbands. So it's a really good, I think it's not Red Heart Super Saver because it's softer than that. So I don't know what yarn it is, but it is very nice and soft. So I got those things. Then this is the weighted material that I used for my Henny Penny chicken. They are acrylic, like big acrylic-y diamond gems. I think people put these in like when you have flowers and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I'm gonna put them in my chickens because they're not gonna hurt anything. And it's a nice weight. And so they also had a pack of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 different size crochet hooks. And it's a package from Amazon. I haven't looked it up or anything. They're just basic hooks. They have a silicone handle on them. I haven't tried to use them yet, but they're decent hooks. And they're nice because and this is the shape of it. They're like the boil, I think they call them, Boyd hooks. They're great for when I teach classes. So I was like, yeah, I'll take those. And I got a couple small crochet books. This one is, it's an older one, so it's funny because the patterns are older, but great information. So a couple little books, and then I got this pocket guide. You guys, I got all this stuff for $3. That's like cheaper than the Goodwill, okay? And the fact that I have crochet hooks for my students, extra ones, that's worth it to me. So because they get lost, or somebody, you know, wants to take one home and they forget it and then you never get it back, but you know, things happen. So I was excited about that. And I like having a little bit of baby colors around to make, like I said, headbands, booties, little hats, and this would be perfect for the little NICU and baby hats at the hospital. So that's why I got that stuff. I was like, yeah, this is so cheap and it'll be perfect and won't go to waste, that's for sure. So yeah, I thought these would be great in my chickens. So that worked out good. Now, future project plans. So I don't know if I showed you guys this little capelet. That's a Bag-A-Day Crochet Crystal. That is her. She's on YouTube if you don't know her. She's phenomenal. She has literally probably over 1,000 free patterns. I have made that now. This I think was my 4th one. Yeah, this one is a commission piece. They're gonna pick it up in June 10th. So I like that. It's nice. It's perfect for Florida, you know, anywhere really, honestly, but it's not super heavy or super bulky. I mean, you can crochet with any weight yarn you want to with that. But I was thinking, I know you guys know that my mom brought me home some yarn when she went on her trip recently. And this was the yarn I showed you guys. It's got like a buttery yellow, some green. It's a pretty green color. And then there's like, it's a real light turquoise. I would say like a light turquoisey color. That's, you know, a light sea glass, you know, maybe something like that. So she purchased this for me, and I've decided, I finally figured out what I'm gonna do with it, because I've been wanting to make one of those for myself because it's perfect. Like I said, I can wear it to my meetings, and I can wear it to conventions when I go to convention, and it's perfect. It's not bulky. I can just put it in my, you know, my bag. And so I'm gonna make it. And this is the painted power cotton, and it's a DK weight. It's 100 grams or 300 meters. And it's got cotton. It's 59, helps if I put my glasses on. Hello. 59% cotton, 26% acrylic, 8% wool, and 7% polyamide. And the hook size is a 3, a 5, or a 4. So yeah, and this is what it works up if you were to, that's the colorway if you were going to knit it. But I'm gonna crochet it because I'm gonna make that. It's gonna take me no time at all to make that pattern, and I love it. Like I said, it's Bag-A-Day Crochet by Crystal. She's phenomenal. If you don't know her, you might want to stop by and see. Check out her channel because she has so many patterns. That's who I started to really make wearables, was with her. So, and I'm tossing up, I'm gonna try it. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm thinking I might use this sparkly yarn. I repurposed this from a sweater. No, it was a scarf at the Goodwill. I bought the scarf for like $3, and this is the yarn I got from it. So yeah, I should weigh that and see how much it weighs. I'm gonna do that. I have my scale right here. Let's see, because I didn't have the scale when I repurposed the yarn. Let's see what my little scale says, how many grams it is. There we go. It's 146 grams. That's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's a good amount, and it's, you know, it's number one. It's very thin, so I could add that to it, and I would have a little sparkle. So I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna put it together and see. I'm gonna do a few rows and see if I like it. So let me look through my list of things. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I talked about a granny square project that I want to do with you guys, and I remember I told you guys that SETTA's place, she crochets, she knits, she does really cool craft projects. She is from San Antonio, Texas, and she is also on the YouTube streets. I was watching her channel, and I saw behind her granny square blanket, and it was from her subscribers. They would send in a granny square based on where they live. So I showed you guys a couple weeks ago my orange that I had crocheted, and I'm gonna send it to her. I made contact with her. I emailed her because I wanted to formally ask if it was okay, if she minded if I did the same project. You know, I don't want to steal somebody's project, because that's not cool. And she said I could. So I'm so excited. So I have mine done. I'm gonna send it to her. She said she would send me hers. So I'm like, yay. So SETTA is going to send me hers from San Antonio, Texas. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So yes, so if you haven't already, check out her channel. This week it was really interesting because I learned how she's taken like one of her t-shirts, and she'll cut out the collar and the sleeve, and she does this like it's a tutorial. And so she's teaching us how to do, like, if you wanted to make it into a tank top, and if the sleeve goes too low, you know how some tank tops, there's too much, not enough coverage underneath your arms? Well, she's showing us how to go ahead and stitch into the cotton fabric of the t-shirt with our yarn. It's amazing. It looks so nice. So, so check that out, because you can repurpose, you know, say you got a stain on a sleeve, or it has a tear or something, and it's your favorite t-shirt in whole wide world, you can go ahead and just like fix it. I was like, yes, that's perfect. So anyway, I was like, that's too cool. So that's what she's been working on, and she also is getting prepped for Christmas. She starts early. So she's got some really cool stuff she's been working on with that. But I'm so excited to partner with her and do the granny squares from your location. So if you want to participate, please send me an email request, and I will send you my mailing address. So I don't have a P.O. box yet, so that's why I'm asking you to email me. And my email is redbirdstitches@aol.com. So I will put that in the description box. And so yeah, that's so exciting. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to see what she sends me from her location. So, and I went ahead this past week. I had this yarn. It was in Hanks, and I purchased it at the Orlando D-Staff. Is it a D-Staff or a distal? I can't remember the word. It's like the spindle, the yarn where you learn how to spin your own yarn with a spindle. Like, yeah, that's what it is. I can't remember the vocabulary. Sorry, guys. I will look it up. I'll put the correct wording in the description box as well. It's a little late. It's like, let's see what time it is. It's 9:30. It's been a bit of a day. So anyway, I bought this yarn at that show, and it's a DK weight, and I want to make a nice, big scarf, not a rectangle one, but like, like a shawl type of scarf that I can wrap around, have a V here and then wrap the ends around. I like those kind because that way it doesn't fall off you. It's not gonna fall off your jacket. You're not gonna lose it, you know what I'm saying? So, because in the fall, I'm gonna be traveling and I want a nice scarf for that. So I put these from Hanks with my yarn winder. This is kid mohair. So I'm gonna hold it with this, so this will have like a nice little halo. So I've been looking at patterns. I haven't found one quite yet. I've got one that I like with Bag-O-Day Crochet. I like one shawl that she has. So I'm narrowing it down. At least I'm gonna start my capelet. I finally got figured out what I want to do with this yarn, okay? So bear with me. Now, if you've been here a little while, I went to North Carolina and went to Black Mountain, and I got this delicious yarn, my summer yarn. Yeah, my summer yarn for a shawl, okay? So I've been scouring Ravelry. I've been, looking through my favorites on the YouTube for patterns. MJ's Off the Hook. I also looked at Bag-O-Day. I also, where's my other, it's not, I'll think of it in a minute and I'll tell you. Now, however, I have this old crochet magazine. Yeah, it's from 2015 and it has 22 summertime designs. So this is my thought. You guys let me know what you think. I like this pattern. I like the daisy chain shawlette. See how pretty that is? I think that would be gorgeous with this. And so this is that's the shape of it. So that's one option. But I really love the daisy chain. But I have to see, because this is super, this is the kid mohair, okay? So it's like a number 10 practically. I have to see if I can crochet this and if it shows. That's the problem. I want to make sure that there's decent stitch definition. So this is one idea. And so I also saw, oh, and this is what this looks like from the back. I like that. I think it's pretty, okay? Then I want a V shape. I like wraps. I like the rectangular wraps, but it's hard. I have very rounded shoulders, so they tend to not stay on my shoulders. And so unless I have a pin on it, and I won't always, I might not always wear a pin with it. So, but I'm not canceling it out. I'm not canceling it out because I like this pattern as well. I like the border on that. And I like the little cluster stitches, and that's not hard. So I like that. Then it's called the beaded box stitch shawl. That's what this one is. The beaded box stitch shawl. I think that's pretty. And the skill level is an intermediate. It's okay, that's not bad. Now, this is the other shawl that I liked. Hang on, guys. I marked the page. I apologize. Here it is. Ding, ding. Now, I also like this one. I like how it has a nice little cluster. It also has like an eyelet, you know? So I think that's really pretty. And that's not a hard one to do. And it's the shape I like, okay? But I'm wondering if I could do that shape and do this border. Look at that border. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? I love this green shawl, but I don't think I can do all double crochets. I would probably fall asleep every single time I have to work on that because it's so boring. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love the look of it, but I don't think I could do that. I mean, in the last row, I was reading the pattern, and the last row, it's 301 double crochets. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know, but I really love that edging. So I'm wondering if I could do that other pattern, the crescent shawl, and do the, like this, do this as the body, and see if I could do that fancy trim work. Yeah, I'm thinking. I have plenty of yarn. I have plenty of yarn. I bought, I think, 3 of these. 1, 2, yeah, there's 3 of them, including this one. There's 3. And I want to say, I hate taking, I have the little wrapper. It's 328 yards. It's plenty. And it's baby suri, 74% baby suri, and 20, I was so wrong on this. I was saying kid, it felt like kid mohair, but it's not. It's 74% baby suri and 26% mulberry silk. And the color is YOLO. You only live once. And this is the brand. It's amazing. It's from France. But I bought it in Black Mountain. So, I've been busy in the last 7 days, that's for sure. At least I'm making headway on assigning my yarn to projects that I want to make. I'm very pleased with that because I'm anxious to, I'm anxious to have these pieces, but I don't want to rush it because you have to have the right pattern, the right stitch, to showcase your yarn, So, and if it doesn't look nice in the stitch that I pick out, I'll just take it out and look for another one. I don't want to rush it and just feel like I have to get it done, because it's an investment. Yarn is not cheap. It's not cheap, that's for sure. So I felt really good about getting as much of my stash busting projects done because I just need to use up some of my yarn that's just sitting in there, I was glad, and it's been going to good use. My pets love it, and I was thinking of, but my shoulder after doing the big dog bed, I was like, oh yeah, that's big. But I was also watching Jennifer Rivera on Cinnamon Stitches. If you guys haven't seen her, she's also on the YouTube streets. She just did a Americana rug, and it's super pretty. It looks very nice. But she did hers an oval, She did I don't remember, 60 some stitches and then around the other side. And so then she just increased on the edges, which was, I was like, I was wondering how you increase on an oval. But so when I was watching her, that's what she said that they did. So it really came out really nice. I like it a lot. And I like the fact that you're using your stash, you know, I mean, or your fantastic garage sale finds, like my little baby colors, you know. So anyway, so that's what I've been up to, crochet madness. But I love it, it's fun. And so also, poor Baxi, he's a Cocker Spaniel, of course, and their ears are long and floppy. I noticed he was kind of like he would shake his head, and I was like, what is he doing? And so I was like, come here, boy. And I was like, I didn't rub hard, but like I touched around his ear, and he kind of like did a little whimpery. I was like, he's got himself a ear infection. So I took him to the vet on Tuesday because they were closed Monday because it was a holiday. And they gave him a Cytopoint shot, which is for itching. Because it seems like last year at this time, he ended up with like allergy season. He's usually really, you know, like I said, he's usually pretty good. But he also had an ear infection. So he got a shot with a Cytopoint for his itchiness, and they packed his ears with medicine for 4 weeks. And then, so he had like, one was worse than the other. So I said, well, please just do both of them because I don't want to, and I don't like to give, he's not really keen on oral medicine. So I was like, I'd rather you pack his ears, because last year that worked. He kept the medicine in there and it worked. So he really needs a bath, but I'm not going to bathe him right now because he's got medicine in his ears and he's just miserable. You know, I'm waiting for him to feel better. So that's what happened with Baxi this week. And let's see what else. Oh, tonight I went to, George he does commercial industrial construction. He works for a company I think they have different branches all over the United States. It's Arco Mori, and they just finished a cardiovascular surgery center in Claremont, Florida. And so we went to the grand opening, the ribbon cutting. So that was nice. It was really nice to meet his team and get to meet some of the folks that are going to be inhabiting that surgery center, the nice cardio doctors and their staff. So that was really nice. We did that today. And so I said to George, I'm like, I've got to go home and make a video. I'm so late making a video this week. So he's, you know, getting ready for bed and winding down, and Baxter's working. He's laying over there sleeping. So anyway, so I got home and I fed Baxi and then came in here and started to make a little video. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. Premier Yarns has a color box that they're doing, and it's really nice because it's small little skeins of yarn, multicolors. There's one box that's more like vibrant colors and one box that is more pastels. So if you haven't checked them out, just check it out and you can see the different color boxes. And I like those because it gives you ideas of colors that go together, you know. Even if you don't purchase it, they have free patterns on there. Same thing with Lion Brand. Bernat has patterns, you know. Red Heart Super Saver, they have patterns, Yarnspirations. So anyway, get some free patterns. They're tried and true, you know. I've been really running into, and this has been irritating to me, is a lot of AI patterns that are supposedly patterns, and yeah, so you got to be careful out there. It's just so much work. We put a lot of work, a lot of effort learning stuff and, you know, doing our best, and then to have it be a bogus pattern is really frustrating. So anyway, I kind of like steer clear of things that are too good to be true, too perfect looking, you know. So I try and get stuff off of like yarn websites, Universal Yarns. They're a sister company to Premier Yarns. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Again, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. If you could let me know what kinds of things if you're prepping for markets, what you're making, if you are, you know, getting your holiday stuff done. I love to see all the work you're doing. So if you could, you know, comment, send a picture, love to see it. If you have any suggestions for this scarf, like I said, send it on, because I haven't made a final decision yet. So, but I'm close. I'm real close. So anyway, if you could like my video, if you truly do like it, and subscribe, that would be fantastic. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and my Etsy shop. I will go ahead and list all that information in the description box as well, so you can come by and say hello on those platforms as well. That would be awesome. And again, I hope everybody is safe, takes time with their family. We never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And if we keep on inspiring each other with art and color and positivity, it just makes our place in this world a little bit better. So with that, I hope you guys take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.